In this piano tutorial, we will be learning how to play the song You Deserve the Glory by Juanita Bynum in the key of C major. I had previously done this same tutorial in A major, but through the comment section, someone asked to do it in C major. That way it's easier to visualize these gospel or jazz chord substitutions and passing chords, okay? So let's get started with a small demonstration of what it sounds like in C, and then I'll explain all of the chords that I'm playing. Right, so that's basically what the verse does, and then it repeats again. So what I did here was start off on the 5 chord, and this 5 chord is voiced as the 13 sus, or you can even think about it as a 9 sus 4, right? Just an F over G. But this F, all I'm doing is adding extra extensions, right? The 7th and the 9th, or the major 7th and the major 9th, and playing all of that over a G. And also I'm trying to maintain the melody of the song, which in this case is E to G, right? You deserve the glory. And then we play that C major, and I'm basically voicing it as a C major 9th, or we can even make it a C major 9th 13th by including this A right here. And if you analyze this chord, again, most of these chords with extensions can be divided into 2 chords. All I'm playing is a G minor, right? A E minor over a C major. Right? So that's that first chord. You deserve the glory. Now from here we use the 2 as a passing chord to the 3, right? So a D minor 11th, E minor 11th, and then we go into the 6th chord. Now this 6th chord is a A, in this case 9 sus 4, but we're going to be using 2 voicings that will create tension, and that tension is basically, it wants to be resolved. So it's a perfect voicing for a passing chord, in this case from A to D minor, which actually follows that circle of fourths, right? D is the 4th of A, right? So, and the honor, A9 sus 4, and then we create even more tension by playing an A7 flat 9, which in easier terms is just a G diminished 7th over an A. And from here we go to the D minor chord. And we lift our hands in worship. Right? We go into this D minor 11th, which again divided in 2 is just a C major over a D minor in the left hand. And these voicings that I use in my left hand or most of the time are just the 1, the 5, and the 10th, right? Sort of a drop 2 voicing. If we have the second inversion and we take the second highest note, which is D, and we drop it an octave, we get this open sounding drop 2 voicing, okay? And we lift our hands in worship. Now we play a C over E, a different voicing for a C major, and we praise, then a F major of 4, your holy name. Now for this 5 we have 2 options as well. We can either play a G13 sus, same as in the beginning, or we can make that F major into an F minor, right? And include all of those extensions, right? Or an F minor 6/9 over that G. So we get that flat 9 type of sound. And we lift your holy name. then it repeats again. And then from here we go into the chorus of the song, which actually starts off on the 5/4, right? It goes, for you are great, right? Starts off on the G over F, which is sort of a dominant type of sound, right? A G7 where the 7 is actually down here. So, for you are great. And we get into this 1/3, and a C major over E. And then from here, we're playing a 7-3-6 progression, right? But usually that 7-3-6 is played like this, right? Something very common in both gospel and jazz, but we're going to play it using altered voicings. In this case, it's a very easy method or very easy formula where we take one type of chord on the left hand, and in this case, it's specifically a dominant voicing in the left hand, and we play either a major or a minor triad in the right hand, and that is known as upper chord structures, right? So we're going to play the 7 as a B dominant 7 in the left hand, and the right hand is going to play a D minor triad, right? So, for your great, you do. Then we go into the 3, right? This was the 7, and then we play this 3, which is also following that same upper chord structures theory, where we play a dominant 3 in the left hand. In the right hand, in this case, we're going to play an F minor as the triad. So, and then we get to that A minor 7th or A minor 11th chord. So 7, 3, 6, okay? But from here, from the 6, something that I like to do is substitute the 6 for a 4. And it gives this sort of a warm sound. And the reason why it works is because if we analyze the 6 chord and we analyze the 4 chord, it has 2 notes in common. So most of the times these two chords can be substituted for one another. So right? You do miracles so great. There's no. Then we go into the 3 chord. There is no one else but you. And then into the 2 chord. So 3, 6, 2. But this 2 is, we're going to play it differently. We're not going to keep it as a D minor 7th. We're actually going to play this D9 sus4. And we've seen this voicing before. Again, it's just a C major over D. But in this case, I'm trying to maintain the melody. So I add this A up here. And then I just double up on this G and A down here, right? So it's sort of a D sus4 under this C major 6. And then we resolve to a D7 to get to that G, right? So we are on that 5 or F over G. And then we repeat the chorus. And then we finish off the song like that, right? At that ending part, all I did was play F over G, then a G, then then an F over G in a different inversion. And then I played this upper structure again, right? We're playing a G dominant, but I omit this B since it's a little bit low and it may get muddy. I just omit it and play it up here. And then I'm playing a triad, which is E major. Again, in this triad, the way that we choose it is by the melody of the song, right? And then we finish on the 1 chord, and if you want to get a little bit jazzy, you can play it as a 6/9 voicing, right? Or even like this, right? Something like that. And that's basically the whole song. So what I want to do now is play it on uninterrupted, slightly improvised, so forgive any mistakes that I may do. And hopefully you're able to learn something extra from this section of the video.